I'm sorry, Father. She's found them.
I know. Send her through the gate. She'll be safe there.
Father, that will drain...
I know! Do it.
I never learned how.
It is known to you. It was never meant to be learned.
Hi, Kickstarter. So I'm taking a break from editing some of these magical world scenes for Fairy Dust in order to tell you about the magical world scenes of Fairy Dust. That is what was missing in our first video. Why this series is fun. And actually most of why this series is fun is hooked into the amazingly talented Kat Brenowitz, who worked really, really hard on bringing some unique designs to this production. And actually the best person to tell you about it is probably Kat herself, so I'm gonna let her talk to you.
Hey! Hi, I'm Kathleen Brenowitz. I also go by K.S. Brenowitz on the internet because it's a lot shorter. And I am the main designer and costumer and general visual design person for Fairy Dust. I got into the project when Dawn and a friend of hers had to film a short movie, and they knew my roommate of the time, so I got to know Dawn through that. And Dawn looked at my stuff and went, "Wow, your designs are exactly what I'm looking for this web series idea I have. Could I contact you?" And I went, "Sure." And it kind of snowballed because originally when Dawn came to me, she had this idea for a very medieval sort of setting, and there was going to be like warped time periods, and I went, "Mate, look, we don't have the budget. Like, this is always going to be a very low budget production, even if we do get funding for some miracle of miracles. Let's go a different tack. Let's not try and build farthingales." And I know farthingales are more Elizabethan, but give me a break. We need to do something that we can actually work with. So I suggested something that's very close to my heart, which is something called junk couture. It's kind of a term. People have probably used it. I think I've made it up, but if someone else has used it, good on you! You came up with it before me. But the idea is that you might take what seems to be a normal part of object and you decorate it using found objects. I've made pieces for myself that were made out of broken buttons, bits of bottle caps, bits of plastic that I found on the road. I'm kind of known for that. I have a few hats that are covered in it. So what the idea was for the project was, we have no money. I knew we had no money from the start of it. So the idea was to design costumes that could be made with little to no budget and yet still be very striking. Because if there's one thing this series really deserves to be, is something that makes you stop and go, what the heck am I looking at? It's kind of fun for me actually to see my designs finally put up in a way. I got to build bloody bottle cap armor. Bottle cap armor, it actually works. I can't believe it. You can actually take a strike to, like, don't poke it, it'll go right through, but a slash, you're fine. I built actual armor. That's kind of cool. The cool thing about all this is also that I've been able to find objects and be like, alright, what can I do with this? And then just coming up with a costume. Like, the entire design for the Human Queen was based around a broken pair of headphones I have. Yep. And it looks cool. I would love to keep working on this project. Unfortunately, unless we have funding, there's no real way we can go through with this because Dawn has been putting all of her funds into this. I've been putting some of mine. And while I love being, I love the fact that we are such a small production because it's allowed, a bunch of us to really take on roles we wouldn't be able to because we're all, we're so young. A lot of us don't have, like professional experience. We've been able to do a lot, except, we can't keep doing that. There's only so far you can stretch the shoestring.